my friends, I'm B and this is B's Intuition. Today we're going to be doing a read-in. Let's do a quickie and let's make it about who's having some cutesy little thoughts about you. Who wants you to be their bit, like I'm thinking cutesy like romantic. So that's the vibe, okay? Let's just dive right in. Please and thank you, Spirit. Who's having cutesy thoughts about the collective? Who wants the collective to be their bit? Their little bit. Please and thank you, Spirit. Who is digging the collective? Who's having cutesy little thoughts about the collective? Who's having cutesy little thoughts about the collective? Ooh. Okay. Ooh. Okay, things just got real. Things just got serious. Oh my. Okay, so we have the Judgment card. Or maybe I should put it this way. I'm not sure which will look best on camera. The Judgment card is what I'm trying to say. That came out. Then we have the Queen of Wands. Okay. Queen of Wands. We got the Seven of Pentacles, but the way that it came out was like wacha, and then it also like started to go sideways, and I think almost like reverse. But I'm taking that because this is the Seven of Pentacles, so I'm thinking somebody is getting impatient about something here. Okay. Oh, and then bottom of the deck we have the Four of Wands. So someone here that's having cutesy thoughts about you wants long-term commitment. This can be known as the Twin Flame card, but it also can be known as like the marriage card. So either way, that indicates a pretty strong connection that someone feels to you. Okay. Yeah, let's just start clarifying, starting with that Judgment card. Please and thank you, Spirit. Who is this having cutesy thoughts about the collective? Please and thank you. The Judgment card. Okay, let me see what came out. Oh, brother, this guy stinks. Okay. Anyways, the Judgment card was clarified by the Five of Swords, Page of Swords, okay, the Judgment card. This is clarifying the Judgment card. We got double judgment here. Honestly, you probably judge this person. This is a side note. I don't think it's expressly in this reading. I'm just getting that through my intuition that, well, let me show you what else came out first. Then the Ten of Pentacles. Those four cards are clarifying the Judgment card. Oh, and then bottom of the deck is the Hierophant. Another card of long-term commitment. This is someone that's really hurt you. So why the hell are they having cutesy thoughts about you if they hurt you? This is someone that's disrespected you in some way that's very significant. I don't think this is something that you can look over. Like, this, okay. Judgment can also be a card of like people coming towards you for their final judgment, right? Like someone from your past trying to come forward and be like, you want to give this another shot? It can. But especially with the Five of Swords and the energy I'm getting from this is somebody from your past that really hurt you. And now they want to come back and say what? That they've changed? That they're a new person? Because that's really what the Judgment card is about, is becoming a new version of yourself. And then, you know, we had that double confirmed judgment. But yeah, that's where I was getting, like, you probably are gonna judge this person, and I don't blame you because they really put you through something here. This is a lot of pain too. The Five of Swords, I don't always get it as like a super toxic energy, but it depends like on what I'm feeling in that moment. This feels like someone that was toxic. Sure, maybe they've changed now, but like that doesn't excuse the fact that they freaking hurt you in the past. This is someone that owes you an apology. That is for sure and certain. And then the Page of Swords. This person could have hurt you with inaction, meaning that they were not doing something when they should have been, maybe. Because this is the card of the observer, the curious lurker. This could be somebody that watches your social media or just watches you in general, your day-to-day life. So this could be somebody in your community, somebody that you still bump into time to time, or from time to time. This person's controlling. Especially with that Page of Swords combining with the Five of Swords. It's almost like they're not satisfied with how things ended, I think. I think you probably were like, I recognize my worth, so I'm gonna head out. But this person is lurking in your energy, watching you, hoping that you haven't moved on and that the door is still open to them. And then again, judgment. I do think that this person feels like it is sort of like the final judgment right now. Like this is maybe the last chance they're gonna get with you. If they even stand a chance in the first place, that is. Because you may be seeing this person coming from a mile away and you're like, no siree, I am not interested. But then again, the double confirmation with the Judgment card. There could be the divine playing a part in this to some extent. Because the double confirmation of the Judgment card really can be a message from Spirit. So maybe there's a certain message that this person needs to deliver to you in order to maybe clear their karma or make amends for what happened in the past between the two of you. And maybe Spirit is guiding this person towards you to do that. So maybe, I mean, this person definitely has feelings for you and sees a huge future with you. And with the Ten of Pentacles, that is a very happy home life. That is happy home, happy life, lots of stability. I'm just now realizing for the first time that this card, there's a lot of cracks in the background and in the like columns that are like holding up this building or whatever. There's a lot of cracks in the columns, so that doesn't seem stable to me. I can't believe I've never noticed that before. I mean, I imagine it's probably to kind of indicate that this is an old building or something, like something with like that's been built up over a long period of time, but like with the context of what I'm feeling with this person, it's almost as if they want this Ten of Pentacles with you, but do they actually have the stability, abundance, strength of will and character, that security and stability within to actually fulfill that though? Because I'm also getting like this person could have filled your head with lies or dreams, fantasies, things that they never really anticipated or planned to bring down to reality. Feels a little bit like love bombing. Or maybe this was something you caught through their vibes. Because this also doesn't seem like this is a very good communicator. Somebody that's probably maybe even slightly immature when it comes to communication. They could be kind of petty. And also, it also kind of rubs me the wrong way, because it's almost like, what if this Ten of Pentacles is what you already have going on for yourself, and this person just kind of wants to mooch off of that? Or they feel like they can't be successful on their own without you being in their life. And that's kind of just making excuses for themselves. I don't know. I mean, obviously you're gonna know what's best for you if this person comes towards you to express themselves and what they want with you. But you're gonna have the final say, and I feel like you're gonna definitely be considering how this person treated you in the past, because regardless of how they're showing up in the present moment, whatever happened in the past still happened, right? And they still need to make amends for that. They have to right their wrongs here. There also could have been something hidden from you, and that could have felt like a betrayal. I'm getting drawn to the moons, or I think they're both moons. This one might be a sun, but the planets in the background, they're like slightly covered up by clouds, and so that gives me like this feeling of not seeing something 100% clearly. This person could have like tried to mislead you in some way to thinking that they were some way when they weren't. Or you had an idea about this person. You thought that they were one way, but then come to find out they weren't actually that way. But I feel like this is wisdom that you have gained. Also, with the imagery on this Judgment card, I think that whatever was hidden is being brought to light. And honestly, you may already know this through your intuition. And Spirit may be kind of guiding you to find those answers within yourself through your intuition. Like, is this person worth trusting? Have they exposed all of their secrets, or are they still keeping something secret? Because as I was lifting up the cards, I lifted up the Ten of Pentacles and Judgment in the reverse, and that feels like it could be significant in some way, which would be indicating that they actually don't have what it takes to build the Ten of Pentacles with you, and Judgment may not be in their favor. So obviously you're going to be able to make the final judgment and see if this person is for real or not. But yeah, I really do feel like this person put a bad taste in your mouth because of how they were in the past. With the Hierophant at the bottom of the deck, this person may be very traditional and wants something traditional, like a traditional sort of commitment, something lifelong, monogamous. Maybe there's traditional gender roles that they would like to fulfill in that role or that dynamic. They could be seeing like marriage potentially with you, long-term commitment in that way in the future between the two of you. But also, there's something about your wisdom, and specifically your wisdom when it comes to your spirituality and maybe your intuition. Again, there's like this reoccurring message that I'm getting about something coming through your intuition. Like maybe you already saw this person for who they were before they actually revealed themselves fully. And Spirit may be on your side kind of saying like, does this person, or rather, do you want to devote yourself to this person for your life, you know? Is this person actually worth that investment? want to see what's underneath the Hierophant. Seven of Wands. So they know that you're going to be defensive, but they want to fight for this. And they're hoping that they'll be successful because this means a lot to them. But I keep getting this feeling of like, maybe it's a little too little too late. I want to see what's underneath that Seven of Wands. Justice. Well, I mean, I'm not getting the worst energy here. So it could be possible that this person did have some sort of big breakthrough or some sort of... But I'm not seeing a card of transformation, that's the thing. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not as... We did have the Judgment card, which can be a card of transformation. And one that's usually guided by spirit. I don't know, I feel like, especially because it's like the Seven of Wands and then the Justice card, it almost feels like the Justice card is indicating that maybe they're just trying to make amends here so that they clear their karma, so that bad karma doesn't come towards them. But there is also, on the other hand, the potential that this is somebody that does really want to fight for this and create harmony, create justice in this connection, balance. You know, so, okay. Their vibes are pretty good. I'm going to say that. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not going to lie and say, like, you know, this person's coming back with BS on their mind. I don't think that they... Honestly, this could be a connection that has opened up them spiritually. And it could have been one of those connections where it's like, maybe they realize the importance of this a little too late for you, for your taste, you know? Maybe you would have appreciated it if this person had come to this realization, you know, when you were actually interested in them, or when they actually, like, stood a chance here. I mean, yeah, I think it's really going to depend on, like, what your intuition, again, is telling you, because it's like, are you gonna be able to picture yourself with this person and in your future and invest in this and find that to be an actual worthy investment? There's gonna be a lot of consideration around that, I think. But yeah, I think you're wise enough to be able to, like, sniff it out, because there's also the other thing where it's like, yeah, maybe they did go through this transformation and change a lot of things. But is that the permanent type of change? Is it sustainable for them, or is it something that is for a short period of time before they, you know, kind of relapse into their old ways? I think you're definitely going to have to just be very careful with this person, because it does feel like they do want to come towards you for your opinion and your final judgment on, like, where they stand with you. But honestly, first and foremost, you deserve an apology at the very least. So if this person's not willing to face up to that past, I think you're going to realize, like, okay, then they aren't really changed if they're unwilling to see how they were wrong in the past and admit to that and actually face up to it, and show, you know, steady and consistent energy of them actually making those big changes in their life. Yeah. Okay, let's go into the Queen of Wands now. Spirit. Who is this having cutesy thoughts about the collective? Who is this having cutesy thoughts about the collective? Thank you, Spirit. Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands. Thank you, Spirit. Queen of Wands. Clarification for that Queen of Wands. Clarifying that Queen of Wands, we have the King of Swords, and then we have Temperance, and the Magician. Bottom of the deck is the Empress, and it started to slide off to show me underneath, which was the Fool. this Queen of Wands is your energy I'm picking up. You're very attractive during this time, very confident. You're confident in your work and where you're going. There's something about your path that is very, I feel like you're very driven during this time, and that is very attractive to other people that are around you, including this King of Swords. This could be somebody that's very intrigued with your mind, how your mind works. You've got them very curious, but this is somebody that's different than that Page of Swords earlier. This is someone that's mature, that is respectable, and maybe even potentially in a position of power, or, you know, they know kind of what they're doing with their life in some regard. Like, they know the general direction of where they're headed. This is a planner as well, and a truth teller, somebody that's good with communication. Temperance could be that this is somebody coming back from the past to heal things with you. But no, actually no. I'm not getting that now. I'm getting now that it's not that this is somebody coming back to heal things with you. I think rather they see you healing yourself. They see you going through things on your own and you make the most out of them. You turn those negative experiences into positive ones. And especially because that's followed by the Magician. You have become a master manifester. That's something that this King of Swords sees within you, and I think they want to know what your secret is. How do you manifest so easily, or how do you bring about these things that you dream of or create? Like, how do you, like, this person sees you as incredibly powerful and they want to know how you do that. This is somebody that is very admiring of you. Like, they really do value you quite substantially. I think, yeah, that's probably why they're so curious about you, is because you're a bad bitch. Like, you're literally a baddie. Like, that's how this person sees you. Is like, wait, is this person for real? Is this person real? You're very powerful in this person's mind, and they just kind of, I honestly see like a puppy dog, like looking up at its owner with those big eyes, you know, like the little puppy dog eyes. I think they really look at you with hard eyes, actually. And this is interesting because this is the King of Swords. Typically, the King of Swords is not a very emotional person, but with the Temperance, they could be feeling something here. Maybe this is not somebody that typically has feelings for people very easily, but they have feelings for you very easily. And maybe that's causing maybe a little bit of confusion / intrigue, because they're not used to people pulling them in like this. But you're different. You stand out in some way. Could be that you like whatever you got going on in your life that you're focused on right now, that is so attractive to this person. They see you as magical, maybe even fairy-like / angel-like. There's something very magical and out of this world about you. Wow. There's also maybe a slight intimidation because they do look up to you so much, and like, but this is somebody that's pretty confident, I think, because King of Swords. I don't think that this is going to be somebody that's incredibly insecure or anything like that. But they may find you just to be a little bit intimidating because you're so incredibly powerful in their eyes. And you're probably really attractive, so they're probably like, ah. Like, if I mess things up with this person, like, I would never recover. That's kind of the energy I'm getting. And then with the Empress at the bottom of the deck, like, they really do look up to you a lot, and they see you as exactly as you are. You're this powerful, abundant, gorgeous energy, radiant, you're glowing. And you've got something going for yourself. There's something. Honestly, I think it's multiple things you have going for yourself. Like, I think you're probably one of those people that are blessed in many departments, or maybe you have multiple talents, multiple abilities. Maybe you're good at a lot of things, but you rock whatever you do. Like, you're very, it's almost like success is attracted to you. Like, you don't even have to worry about attracting success. It just naturally gravitates to you. You like magnetize it towards you, and that's how this person's seeing you. And then we had the Fool underneath that, so they really want this new beginning with you. It's really funny that I was saying the puppy dog eyes, and look at, we have a little puppy dog making the puppy dog eyes. Oh, and I also also just remembered that dogs have to do with loyalty. Or they can represent that, especially in the tarot. And that really makes me think that this is somebody that wants to be loyal to you. They want to follow you around like a little puppy. Oh my god, how cute. They want to be like your sidekick. They want to be like they want to be your support system. They feel like you deserve to have a support system, and they really admire you. They really look up to you. And then all the roses around also gives that sort of romantic energy. I was noticing earlier that this started to slide off to reveal the Queen of Pentacles. So this is somebody that sees you. They see that either you are incredibly abundant or you're going to be incredibly abundant. And it's probably something to do with your mindset. The King of Swords, I feel like, is typically someone that is not typically super shallow. Like, sure, they may find somebody attractive, but I don't think they're typically the kind of person to just go after somebody for their attraction alone or attractiveness alone. I feel like this could be somebody that finds the mind the most interesting part of a person, and I think that's where this person's like, oh my gosh, like this is somebody that really, like, maybe you have a really unique way of thinking, or the way you look at the world is unlike anything they've encountered before. Wow, they really, really like you. This could also be somebody that's trying to manifest a relationship with you potentially. I feel like there is that patient aspect though with the Temperance card. So I feel like they're probably pacing themselves. They're not trying to rush into anything here. But maybe it's like they slowly want to unravel you, or slowly want to build this connection. Maybe even starting out as friends first before you go into a full-fledged connection. But yeah, they're really digging you. They're really digging a lot. Yeah, I love that a lot. Okay, so let's go on to the Seven of Pentacles. Please make a spirit. What's going on with the Seven of Pentacles? Please make a spirit. Who is having juicy thoughts about the collective? Thank you, that's Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles. Please make a spirit. So clarifying that Seven of Pentacles, we have the Death card in the reverse, Nine of Swords, Eight of Swords, Five of Cups, bottom of the deck, the Hanged Man. Okay. So earlier I was getting the message about this is somebody that's getting impatient with something. And I'm gonna just be so real with you. I mean, I'm always real with you, but especially real with you. I don't know if that's a good thing, that impatience, because it's like, I feel like this is somebody that probably is planning on coming towards you, and like they're getting impatient now, so they're like, I need to like use things. But yeah, I feel like this is somebody that's planning on coming towards you because they've gotten impatient suddenly. Now they want to come towards you. But the thing is, it feels like they needed to transform and they have not done that transformation. This is somebody that is, okay, Spirit just told me this is somebody that's wasting their time. And also maybe, yeah, okay, so yeah, Seven of Pentacles too, when it comes to like being impatient, like anti-Seven of Pentacles energy, that sounds like probably not the best sort of person to be in a relationship with, because I feel like patience is probably one of the most important things to have in a relationship. Because it's like, if they're impatient now or in general, that could apply to other things. Like, what else are they going to be impatient about? how do they act when they're impatient as well? Like, is it unstable energy? Like scary energy or something? So right off the bat, it's like impatient and unwilling or unable to transform in the ways that they need to. Also, this could be somebody that is very ego-driven, because the death card can also deal with ego death. So also maybe there's a part that has to do with the ego that is attached to this Seven of Pentacles of impatience, where it's like, I lost my train of thought. What was that? Also, like, there's the stability behind the Seven of Pentacles. Like, you want somebody that's stable and not, what's the word? Someone that's not impulsive. I feel like you don't want that in a relationship, or at least that's probably not the best thing to have in a relationship. Well, maybe my point earlier was maybe like that the death card in the reverse could be indicating that they're unwilling to transform to become a more patient person, or to become more enlightened, somebody that's more on your path, somebody that aligns with your energy. The Nine of Swords would indicate that this is somebody that's very anxious about this connection with you. They overthink, they keep themselves up at night thinking about this, overthinking, anxious feelings, thoughts racing. Also, it's interesting that she's like sitting up in bed, and I feel like there's almost like a sense of urgency with that. Like, maybe they wake up out of a dead sleep and they're like, I need to go towards the collective right now. And that's, again, that impulsive energy. And it's like, but like, sure, it's nice for them to come forward, but do they have anything to really say? Anything to really add to anything? Because then we have the Eight of Swords, which is more overthinking. This is more so feeling trapped in a situation that you're not actually trapped in. So, like, there's a solution, but maybe they're not willing to see that solution, or they're unable to see that solution. But it feels like, yes, because it's like they need to do this internal work before they come towards you. And I feel like that's something that they're not realizing, because they're not in the right place right now. Like, they're also avoiding inner reflection is really what I feel. This definitely feels like it could be connected to that Judgment card person we saw earlier at the beginning of this reading, because it feels like they're impulsive. They feel like they're not willing to reflect on their actions or their thoughts, their feelings, and, you know, do that internal work, which I feel like you probably are that kind of person to have done that sort of internal work. So it feels almost like there's that imbalance of, like, sure, they want to come in, sure, they want to make things right with you, sure, they want to take this places, but do they actually have anything to set that in place, to start laying down that foundation to build on top of? And I really don't think that they do, because it still feels like they're still stuck in this mode of feeling like they're trapped in something and they're unable to get out. This better not be a third-party situation, because I'm getting that now. This could be somebody that's in a full-ass relationship, feeling like they can't leave, but they also want their cake. They want to have their cake and eat it too, so they want to come towards you as well. And it's like, if you can't even succeed in one relationship, what makes you think that you're going to be able to succeed the second time around? Like, you know, like, if they're acting this crazy or, you know, unfaithful with this connection that they have in the background, imagine how unstable and unfaithful they're going to be with you, right? So this person is not making a good case for themselves, I'm just going to say. With the Five of Cups, though, this feels like they want to do the boo-boo, wah-wah, woe is me sort of act, where they want to come in and be like, I'm so heartbroken over this. I've been so heartbroken over this. Feel bad for me, take me back kind of thing. But I don't know if you're going to. it's also really interesting that their back is turned on these 3 glasses that have spilt over, and they're looking towards the 2 glasses in the distance, and that gives me grass is greener energy. Ooh, this might be actually a really bad person. This could be an energy vampire, or like a narcissist, or some sort of very unhealthy person, because I'm getting that they drain the life out of their partners and then move on to whatever's next. So I'm just saying that may not be for everyone out there and who you're connecting to, but I would just be aware of this sort of energy. If you feel this sort of energy coming off of someone, definitely investigate, because it feels like they may be a master manipulator, and they may be like the type of person to be like, oh, I was in a toxic relationship, you know, never disclosing the fact that they were the toxic one. Because it does, it feels like this person has drained the life out of their partner, and now they're bored and they want something new, different. I don't like that. I don't like that. But that's their energy. That's how they're coming across. So if this is that judgment person, sure, they may have gone through some sort of transformation or done something that works for maybe a short period of time, but are they going to sustain that? Are they going to continue on that path? Or are they going to be like, I changed this one thing about me, you know, that's good enough. And it's like, okay, but like, you're not doing any of the work that I asked you to do. Like, that makes a difference here. And they're probably still attached to somebody else, so it's like, okay. The Hanged Man on the bottom of the deck, they could have had some sort of like earth-shattering perspective shift with you, seeing this from a completely different perspective, and they're like, wow. But also this can indicate delays. So it's like, yeah, they realize this, but there could be a delay. And see, I think they're too back and forth. They're too back and forth, this one. Let's see what's underneath that. 5 of Wands. So yeah, they're conflicted. This is somebody that has unstable energy. It's like 1 minute, maybe they're like, you know, full gun, you know, guns ablaze, like just going straight for something. But then it's like maybe they immediately reverse that and, you know, take a step back immediately, or I don't know. Because it feels like they don't even know what they want at the end of the day. So it's like, how are they going to show up and give you anything and present themselves in a good way if they don't even know what they got going on for themselves? This person feels like a headache, a confusing headache. I'm just going to see what's underneath that 5 of Wands. Oh, interesting. It's flipped over. 3 of Cups. They want their cake and eat it too. They want their cake and eat it too. They are attached to the third party. And it feels like they're split between 2 paths here. Like, oh, do I choose who I'm used to, or do I choose this new and exciting thing? Like, it's not a compliment to anyone involved. It's just like this person feeling hella indecisive, unable to decide what they want. And then with the Star card underneath, you're probably an amazing person who is incredibly healing, and this person could very well just want to use you for your healing properties. You know, maybe you naturally heal people that you're around, and that could be through your actions, or maybe just through the way you support people. Either way, I really don't think that that is a good sign that this person, what was that message? Oh, that this person just wants to not add to your life, but rather take. It feels selfish. It feels really selfish, that energy. But with that 4 of Wands at the bottom of the deck, this could be relating to the other person that seemed way more promising. And if that's the case, they really do see a long-term future with you. I want to see what's underneath that 4 of Wands. So your intuition may be telling you, like, who's the right one, who's the wrong one. You're probably feeling this out, and Spirit could be sending you some messages too. Let me see what's underneath that. A Hierophant. So yes, you are incredibly smart and wise, and you know, like, who's full of BS and who's not, because you have that experience, you have that wisdom, that you have accumulated throughout your journey, especially your spiritual journey, and it allows you to see through these types of people. So you're going to know exactly who's who. I think it's going to be pretty clear, especially when you tap into your intuition. It's going to be like a siren going off. You know, you're going to be able to tell, you know, like, okay, this person's screaming red flags. This person, you know, there's potential. Okay, let's see what the Oracle has to add. Please and thank you, Spirit. Who's having these cutesy thoughts about the collective? Anything else to add to this beautiful reading for the collective? Okay. That's too funny. Okay, so we have, oh my gosh, flow. This is the Wheel of Fortune. Clarity of belief. This was the card of the day not too long ago. Anyways, flow. That's really about releasing the need to control situations. And honestly, to me, in this context specifically, it feels like let people show up as who they are. I don't know if that makes sense, but it's like, don't try to influence them. Don't try to encourage them to be any way. Don't let people show up as who they are and see who that is, who that genuinely is. Like, who are they genuinely? Not the facade that they try to put out there, but how do they show up? How do they act? Do they even act? Or are they all talk? You know, kind of like, definitely feels like release your sense of needing to control anything and just observe. Observe these people coming into your life and how they present themselves to you, how they communicate, if they communicate. Because you'll see everything that you need to know from them. And then clarity of belief. You know, I think that this is like the clarity that comes from that observation and what you and it's very interesting that this image is the butterfly being released, and it looks like you're supposed to release something here, like something has served its purpose, or it has reached its time of expiration in your life. It also could be that you need to spread your wings in a different direction, and maybe this person that you're unsure about or having bad vibes about, it could be that they're distracting you from your path or where your focus should be. And so once you release this person, you could be coming into a time of much more clarity and like it feels like happiness. Like you're going to be much happier once you release this person. And then bottom of the deck is the third eye chakra, which I think is really funny because I was just saying, like, pretty much throughout this whole reading that your intuition is going to play like a key part in all of this. Like pretty much tapping into your intuition, making sure that you feel the vibes and, like, you know, is this person really like you know, who they say they are? Are they showing up as who they say they are, you know? Are their actions lining up with their words, etc.? But yeah, trust that intuition, trust that third eye, and Spirit will also be helping you get those messages because Spirit doesn't want you to go down the wrong path. You know, and if you do decide for whatever reason to go down that path, there could be lessons in it for you, so it may not be completely a waste of time, but if you've already gone through all those lessons and stuff, I feel like you're going to be like, I don't need any more lessons in my life. I think I'm good. You know, I'm going to move on. You know, take the new rather than the old and stagnant. I'm getting old and stagnant energy. Anyways, but honestly, this is a beautiful reading because I do feel like at least you have one person in this craziness that is actually genuine and digging you and actually is honestly kind of the polar opposite of this other person, because I feel like one is really impulsive, but the other one is very patient and willing to just like go with the flow. I think that, yeah, that flow card could also be referring to that other person where they're like much more flowier and want to actually like build something over time rather than just rush in and, you know, be completely based out of emotions and no logic whatsoever. I feel like that King of Swords actually probably is a pretty good option for this. That at all intrigues you. But yeah, so that's the reading. I really hope that you enjoyed this, and I hope that it resonated. Feel free to like, comment, share, and subscribe. subscribe. If you subscribe, you can become a part of the Hive Collective. Because my name is Bee. Bees live in hives, and you can become an